L'Anse Creuse High School was privileged enough to receive a new principal. We were able to sit down with Miss Alicia Samborski to get some insight on her becoming the new principal.
The reason I wanted to become a principal at L'Anse Creuse High School is because my educational roots as an educator and administrator began here in 2003. I was fortunate to be able to do my student teaching here at L'Anse Creuse High School. I then spent 10 years in the classroom as a science teacher teaching both biology and chemistry, and I was an associate principal here for 7 years. So I was super excited and very honored to be able to come back to L'Anse Creuse High School and serve as the principal.
That's a long journey for somebody to become a high school principal. So what set Mrs. Samborski apart from the other candidates was not just her experience within that building, within the district. She has a true passion for L'Anse Creuse High School and for the district. And she can clearly describe what it is that she wants to do and how she knows that she impacts the climate and the cultures.
I'm really looking to implement a family mentality and a place where all students feel safe, to make sure that when we walk through the blue doors of L'Anse Creuse High School and the main entrance, everyone is safe here. We are not only working towards one goal of graduation, but that we're also a community that works together. So I think professional development and continuous learning is important for both students and staff. I think motivating and leading by example, showing that my professional growth and development is important. I've always been the person who never says no to coaching or training, and currently to this day I'm very proud that I have a leadership coach that helps me to continue to brainstorm and grow as an administrator, and just setting an example for my staff, who will then set an example for our students.
One of the things I appreciate most about Mrs. Samborski is that she's amazingly dedicated, not just to her family at home, but also to her family here in L'Anse Creuse. What I would share about anybody who said, "Hey Greg, what can you tell me about Mrs. Samborski?" is she's fun to be around, she's very dedicated, very smart, and she cares. And there's an old cliche in education that students don't care what you know until they know that you care. And I don't think anybody that meets Mrs. Samborski has to wonder about whether or not she cares about her students, her staff, or the school that she's leading.
I am just happy to be here in L'Anse Creuse High School. It has been the roots of my career since day one, and I am super excited to be home. This is my home, this is my family. I care deeply about the students and the community that services L'Anse Creuse High School.
If you see Miss Samborski, make sure to say hi. This is Braden Pudlow and Jacob Mason from the Pink House Center. Back to you guys at the news desk.